The person you once trusted, the one you gave your heart to, is now suffocating your self-worth with sweet but empty words and cold, hollow stares that make you feel like you're nothing. You're not weak, but they want you to believe you are. I'm here to tell you one undeniable truth. You have the power to change everything. You are a super empath, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to silence that narcissist, make them back down, and realize they no longer have even a second of control over you. Have you ever wondered why some people can look a narcissist straight in the eye and say enough without flinching? Why they don't just survive but make even the most arrogant manipulator bow their head? It's because they discovered the power within, the same power you have. In a world where social pressure and toxic relationships seep into every corner of life, from your workplace to your family, narcissists are feeding off your kindness to inflate their ego. They want you to believe you can't fight back, but I'm here to tell you they're dead wrong. You don't just have the strength to resist, you have what it takes to win. This isn't some fairy tale or empty pep talk. This is a battle for your life, and I am committed to walking beside you every step of the way. I've seen thousands of super empaths like you rise up, face their manipulators, and reclaim their power, not through screaming or revenge, but through quiet confidence and the unshakable courage only you possess. In this video, I'll share 8 specific strategies born from real-life experience. So, you won't just protect yourself, you'll make the narcissist realize they are not the center of your universe. You are not a victim. You're the game changer. If you've ever felt trapped, hurt, or used by a narcissist, then this is your moment to rise. This video isn't just advice, it's a weapon to reclaim your freedom. Stay with me, because we're about to begin a journey that only a super empath like you has the strength to lead. Picture this moment, the moment you realize you're not just a survivor. You're the game changer. That's the mission of this video, to ignite the hidden fire within every super empath and equip you to confront the narcissist head-on. This journey was forged through countless hours of research, not just from books, but from real, raw stories of people who faced the darkness of manipulation and found the light. This isn't a lecture, this isn't theory. Here you'll find real tools, sharp strategies, refined to help you not only break the narcissist's chains, but to force them to look in the mirror and finally see who they really are. This video isn't just words. It's the wind that fans the flames of the power already inside you. Why does this matter so much? Because in this world, there are those who quietly imprison the spirits of others, making them feel small, worthless. Narcissists aren't mythical monsters. They show up in conversations, in subtle glances, in relationships you once thought were safe havens. They twist kindness into weakness. They turn your sensitivity into a weapon to control you. But pause for a moment and hear this. That sensitivity, it's not your burden, it's your blade. Only a super empath can turn an open heart into an unquenchable fire, can turn deep wounds into launch pads, rise from the ashes and declare, I will not let anyone define my worth. Maybe you felt like every door has slammed shut, that every effort was crushed under the weight of their pride. But hear me clearly, failure is not the end, it's the lighthouse guiding you to the right path. What's coming next isn't hollow comfort or quick fix advice. These are 8 hard-earned strategies, battle-tested and forged in the real world. They've lit the way for those once lost, and now they stand tall, brighter than ever before. You were born to live free, not shackled to someone else's ego. This video is the first door that opens toward that freedom. The path won't always be smooth, but what's waiting at the end will blow your mind. Walk with me, because we're about to uncover a journey that only super empaths like you have the courage to conquer. A journey of awakening and ultimate victory. Imagine a chess match between 2 opponents who can never reconcile. On one side, the super empath, and on the other, the narcissist. 2 opposing worlds, 2 clashing forces, and it's this collision that defines the journey ahead. A super empath is not just someone sensitive, You are fire wrapped in softness, an open heart that refuses to kneel. You possess the ability to read emotions, to sense the unspoken, and to turn empathy into strength powerful enough to face the darkness. Unlike those who collapse under pain, you're the one who rises, wipes away the tears, and declares, "I will not let pain define me." That's what makes you extraordinary. The narcissist, by contrast, is a wall of pride built from emptiness. They live in a world where only their ego exists. There is no room for empathy, no space for anyone else. They don't see you as a person, but as a mirror, a reflection used to project their false sense of greatness. But here's the secret they never want you to know: that arrogance is far more fragile than it looks. They need you to believe they're untouchable, but their constant hunger for validation is their biggest weakness. And you, a super empath, are the very force that can expose it all. The battle between a super empath and a narcissist isn't random, it's fate. They seek to control you because deep down, they fear the power you hold. The sensitivity they mock is the very key to dismantling their illusion. When you stand firm, when you refuse to be a puppet in their performance, you don't just protect yourself, you spark a fire that exposes the truth. They're not nearly as powerful as they pretend to be. Only a super empath can do that, because you don't fight with hatred or revenge. You fight with courage and self-awareness, qualities they will never understand. This is why you must understand both natures. Not to be afraid, not to back down, but to recognize that you already have everything you need to win. The narcissist may appear larger than life right now, but in reality, they're just an exaggerated shadow of their own insecurity. And you, the super empath, are the light that can slice through that shadow. Get ready, because in the next part of this journey, I'm going to hand you the weapons you need to turn that inner strength into bold, decisive action. Imagine an arena where only one person stands tall in the eye of a storm, one filled with arrogance and manipulation. That person is the super empath. Why is it you and not someone else who can put a narcissist in their place? The answer isn't in brute strength or loud, angry words. It lies in a weapon only you possess, the ability to transform your sensitivity into an impenetrable shield and a razor-sharp spear. Others may fall, swept into the spiral of self-doubt the narcissist weaves, but not you. You don't just survive. You rise from the ashes, stronger, brighter, and ready to face the very person who once believed they could break you. What makes you different? Narcissists feed on attention. They are starving beasts who need you to bow to nourish their fragile ego. But you, super empath, carry within you the power to cut off that lifeline without ever lowering yourself. When they shout to intimidate, you remain silent, but your eyes say it all. I see you, but you do not control me. When they attempt to manipulate, you walk past their traps with a quiet confidence they cannot comprehend. You don't need to scream or seek revenge. Your refusal to bow is the blow that strikes the deepest. Only a super empath can do this, because you fight with something a narcissist will never possess: self-awareness. They are blind, drunk on ego, but you see clearly. You see their pain and your own strength. You don't get swept away by emotions. You hold them, shape them, forge them into a blade of clarity that slices through their control. While others may be permanently wounded by toxic words and psychological games, you transform those cuts into fuel, lifting yourself higher, proving that no one defines your worth but you. This isn't a war of luck or chance. You were born with this fire. You were forged in trials most people couldn't even imagine. A narcissist may shake the world, but to you, they're just a riddle with an answer. The next part of this journey will show you how to use that power, not to destroy, but to liberate yourself and place the manipulator exactly where they belong. Get ready, because you are the wind that turns the game around. Now, it's time to step into the real arena, the place where you, the super empath, will take hold of 8 powerful strategies designed not just to face the narcissist, but to make them retreat. These are not vague pieces of advice. These are precision-forged arrows, sharpened by real-life experience, and they are now yours to wield. We're going to start with the first 4 tactics, each one a direct strike against their inflated ego, turning you from the manipulated into the one who commands the game. Tactic 1. Call them by name. When facing a narcissist, call them by their name. John, I'm talking to you. Don't let them hide behind the cloak of anonymity they use to blur your presence. Saying their name is your opening punch. It shouts, I'm not afraid of you, and you don't control me. Imagine you're a coach in a high-stakes game, calling your player back to the moment. Every time you say, John, it's like scoring a point, breaking through the wall of arrogance they've built. Repeat their name like you're counting down the final seconds of a championship match. Let them know you're not playing hide and seek. A name is identity. Use it to remind them you're no puppet on their string. I once saw someone do this with an overbearing boss, called his name again and again during a meeting, and the guy had no comeback. This is your first move to reclaim control and show them you're not easy prey. Tactic 2. Hold the issue firmly. Narcissists love to derail the conversation with insults or cheap drama. Don't let them win. When they try to shift the topic, say, we're talking about this, not that. This is where you become the sharp attorney in a courtroom, relentless, keeping everything laser-focused. Think of it like guarding the key player in a championship basketball game. You don't let them dribble all over the place, you lock them down. Your focus becomes the slam dunk against their ego. They want to distract you, but a super empath doesn't fall for that. I once saw someone use this on an ex. They tried dragging up old issues and she simply said, today is about what's happening now. He had nowhere to go. Stand your ground and they'll panic because they're not used to being cornered by clarity. Tactic 3. Don't carry their emotions. When a narcissist explodes or plays the blame game, don't rush to apologize or blame yourself. Say, I can see you're angry, but that's not my fault. This is when you draw a bold boundary, like a star defender guarding your personal space. They want you to carry their emotional mess so they can stay in control, but you are not their cleanup crew. Think like a calm observer. Watch them spin in their storm without letting it pull you under. A super empath doesn't drown in their chaos. You let them sit with the discomfort they've created. I know someone who did this with a volatile roommate. She yelled, he calmly said, that's your issue, and she had nothing left to say. This is how you preserve your inner peace and freedom. Tactic 4. Stay silent when they attack. When the narcissist snarls or lashes out, don't respond. Silence is the knockout blow. It breaks the fuel line of attention they feed on. Picture yourself as a racer who simply stops moving, letting them crash into the wall of their own ego. Don't get it twisted. Silence isn't surrender. It's how you say, you're not worth my energy. Narcissists crave your reaction. It's how they feel important, but when you give them nothing, they become an actor on an empty stage. I once saw someone use this with an aggressive coworker. He yelled, she just stared, and eventually he stopped out of pure embarrassment. A super empath knows silence is the ultimate power. It makes them lose without you lifting a finger. These 4 tactics are your foundation. Try them. Feel the strength in every move you make, and get ready, because the next 4 will take you even higher, all the way to the summit of your freedom. You've landed the first 4 punches. Now it's time to unleash the final 4 moves that will bring the narcissist to their knees. Not with fists, but with the inner power of a super empath. These are the finishing blows, honed through real battles, that will not only help you survive, but redefine the game entirely. Get ready, because these next 4 tactics will take you to the peak of freedom and force the manipulator to bow. Tactic 5. Expose the lies. Narcissists thrive on lies. They want you to doubt yourself, to feel like you're losing your mind. Don't let them win. Keep records, what they say, the contradictions they create, and calmly say, I have proof this isn't true. This is where you become the detective in a psychological thriller, sharp, composed, pulling back the curtain on their illusion. Think of it like cracking a complex video game. Each detail you record is a clue, guiding you to the final victory. Super empaths don't just sense deception. You have the power to reveal it without shouting. I saw someone do this with a manipulative business partner, documented emails, highlighted contradictions, and the guy backed off in fear of exposure. Every time you call them out, you don't just protect yourself, you make them tremble in the face of truth. This is how you turn their lies into the weight that crushes them. Tactic 6. Shatter the fear. Narcissists use fear to control you. They want you trembling at their threats and mind games. Don't give them that power. Ask yourself, what's the worst they can really do? Then stand tall and say, I'm not afraid of you. This is your action here moment. Walking through the fire unshaken. Picture yourself as a fighter stepping into the ring. Fear is the opponent, but you decide who wins. Super empaths don't live under fear. You smash it and turn it into fuel for your strength. I once watched a woman do this with her toxic ex. They threatened to spread rumors and she just laughed and said, "Go ahead." Silence. When you don't fear them, you strip away their greatest weapon. This is how you take your power back. Tactic 7. Stop feeding their ego. Narcissists crave praise. They want you clapping for their inflated sense of self. Don't give it to them. When they beg for compliments, say, I need to focus on myself right now. This is when you cut their fuel supply, like a racer shutting off the engine of their competitor. Think of it like denying a spoiled child more candy. They'll pout, but you're unmoved. A super empath isn't the audience in their self-centered show. You're the one who walks off stage and leaves them performing to an empty room. I saw someone do this with an arrogant coworker. He wanted compliments, she just said, I'm busy, and his confidence crumbled. Every time you refuse to feed their ego, you weaken them. This is how you turn their pride into a flaw. Tactic 8. Say no with power. Narcissists believe they have the right to cross your boundaries. They want access to your space, your emotions, your freedom. Don't let them. When they push, say, no, I don't agree. No long explanations, no apologies, just a firm, grounded no. This is when you become the iron wall. No one gets through unless you allow it. Imagine standing at a locked door saying, no one enters. A super empath doesn't just set boundaries, you turn them into a fortress. I saw a man do this with a controlling family member. They made unreasonable demands. He simply said no, and they stopped. Every no is a strike against their control. A declaration that you are the one who decides your life. This is how you end their game once and for all. You've just walked through a journey not meant for the faint of heart. 8 tactics, 8 powerful strikes to put the narcissist exactly where they belong. But this isn't the end. This is the beginning of the life you deserve to live. Free, strong, and untethered from anyone's control. You weren't born to be a victim of manipulation or their selfish ego. You are a super empath, a warrior forged in the fire of sensitivity and courage, destined not only to overcome but to reshape the world around you. Today, you've seen your power. Now it's time to claim it and move forward. Look back at what you've just received, from calling them by name to shatter their wall of arrogance, to using silence to cut off their lifeline. From refusing to carry their emotions to saying no as a bold declaration of your sovereignty. Each tactic is a brick in the fortress of your freedom, a reminder that you never have to bow to anyone. The narcissist may have once made you question your worth, but now you are at the helm. They are no longer a threat, just a challenge you've already conquered. This is your victory and no one can take it from you. But this journey isn't just about defeating the manipulator. It's about discovering who you really are. You are not the weak, confused person they tried to make you believe you were. You are an unstoppable fire, a light that pierces through the darkness of control. Try just one tactic today, just one, and feel the shift. Maybe it's saying no to a toxic demand. Maybe it's staying silent in the face of pointless rage. You'll see them hesitate, and you'll know that strength has always lived within you, just waiting to be awakened. Here's the final call. Don't stop. You deserve a life where you write the story, not anyone else. I believe in you, not because I say so, but because you've proven it in every second you've stayed here, listened, and chosen to rise. So get up, step out, and live like the super empath you were born to be. And if you feel that fire burning inside you, hit like and drop a comment that says, I am a super empath. We are a legion of warriors, and this journey, it's yours, and it's only just begun.